News starts now.
Thanks for joining us on NTTV News. I'm Frank Arriaga. According to a Dallas police report, Dallas Cowboys receiver Terrell Owens attempted suicide last night. Owens reportedly took pain pills. A woman told police she saw Owens put 2 pills in his mouth. Owens broke his right hand in a game on September the 19th, and the woman says she had only taken 5 pills so far. The prescription for 40 pills was filled on the 18th. The bottle was found empty.
Of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. He fought to end segregation and racial discrimination in a nonviolent manner. NTTV's Frank Arriaga takes a look back at the life and death of Dr. King.
To struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day.
Those are the words and speeches that many people fondly remember of Dr. Martin Luther King, a man who had a dream and a vision for a better America for all citizens. Sadly, however, those dreams were shattered on April 4, 1968, as he was assassinated at a hotel in Memphis, Tennessee by James Earl Ray. Upon hearing the news, there were riots across the country. So what was King doing in Memphis at the time? Civil rights professor Todd Moy can explain.
Workers, the sanitation workers, were on strike for better wages, better working conditions. And King had been asked to come and assist in that crusade. As a democratic socialist or a Christian socialist, this was very much up his alley. He didn't see himself as just a civil rights leader, someone who was working just to make sure that municipal bus lines were desegregated. He was looking to forge greater coalitions between the black working class and the white working class.
And so for a man who was not a president, but did so much for the country, to bring equal opportunity for all Americans, where do historians rank him among the greatest Americans of all time?
Historians and the general public are asked who are the best leaders in American history. You'll see Franklin Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Martin Luther King in all of those lists, and King is the only non-president who you ever see listed at the top of those polls.
The assassination of Martin Luther King was just another day of impotency that was all too familiar in the 1960s. With the assassination of JFK 5 years earlier, to the war in Vietnam that showed no end in sight, to the killings of Dr. King and the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy 2 months later, many historians feel that 1968 was without a doubt the most troublesome year in American history, a year in which we've never gotten over, and some say the dream died. Frank Arriaga, NTTV News. Today, Texas is mourning the loss of an icon, a golf icon.
I'm Nelson, and you're watching Let's Go Golfing, the show where I tell you a couple of stories and try to help you with your game.
Veteran Byron Nelson thrills the large gallery by dropping a beautiful 40-footer. Not bad for a guy who won his first Masters way back in 1937.
Byron Nelson, a man remembered for his humility as much as his on-course accomplishments, died at his home in Roanoke yesterday. He was 94. Nelson learned to play golf as a 12-year-old caddie at Fort Worth's Glen Garden Country Club. Nelson had 52 career wins and countless golf records, even though he retired at age 34.
Time around, one of Denton's owns looks for his place in Olympic history. NTTV Frank's Arriaga took time to visit the Poorhouse Sports Grill last night, where fans took in the action.
Speed skater Jordan Malone of Denton was looking for redemption after he was disqualified in his first race back on February the 13th. And just when it looked like Jordan might be on the verge of winning a medal, disaster would once again strike Malone. Those in attendance at the Poorhouse Sports Grill in Denton to support Malone were stunned with the results. Yet despite the outcome, Terry Metzler, a family friend of the Malones, remains positive that Jordan will pull through.
He's going to show us all. He's going to show us all.
For the second time in these Winter Olympics, Jordan Malone's race ended in disappointment. However, he will have one more chance to bring home a medal as he will race in the 5,000-meter team relay on Friday. Frank Arriaga, NTTV News.
News starts now.
Thanks for joining us on NTTV News. I'm Frank Arriaga. We begin with an update to a story we brought you earlier this week. Controversy continues in Farmers Branch. The Dallas Suburb City Council voted Monday night to require apartment renters to verify their immigration or citizenship status, ruling that these have been upheld consistently by the courts around the nation, although not without challenge. A Dallas Area Apartment Association official says the new ruling tries to turn property managers into immigration agents. A court challenge is expected.
Elections are in for the 2010-2011 academic year. NTTV's Frank Arriaga introduces us to the new SGA president.
After weeks of campaigning and months of planning, SGA Senator Kevin Sanders can now add the title SGA President as he defeated fellow SGA Senator Drew Robertson in the latest SGA elections with 63% of the vote. And upon hearing the news of the results, Kevin was just thrilled and delighted of becoming the next UNT student body president.
It's a joyous occasion for me. This is definitely something that I'm very proud of. I'm thankful to God for this opportunity. I'm a very religious person, so of course I prayed on this issue a lot, and I'm thankful to God for this issue. So I'm not a real celebratory person because I recognize that it's a big task that I have before me, but at the same time on the inside of me I'm very happy.
There will be many key issues that Kevin will have to address upon taking office, and he's already indicated which one he would like to address first.
Of all the issues, the first thing that's really important to me that's going to happen before June 1st is that I need to assure the rest of the University of North Texas that they're in good hands. A lot of people at the University of North Texas didn't vote in this election, and they don't know exactly who I am and what exactly position I'm getting ready to move into. So my first goal is to assure those people that they're going to be well taken care of.
Kevin Sanders will not officially take the position of SGA student body president until June 1st. And now that Kevin has been elected, he will now shift his focus on putting together his staff to handle the many challenges that is sure to lie ahead of being student body president here at UNT. Frank Arriaga, NTTV News.